You call her cold, heartless, a savage. She left like it meant nothing. One day she was crying in your arms. The next, she was in someone else's story. You tell yourself she changed, that she flipped a switch and became a monster. But what if I told you she didn't change? She evolved. Because in her world, softness dies first. And every time she trusted too soon, believed too fast, or gave too much, the world punished her for it. So she adapted. She built armor out of heartbreak. She learned to bite before she bleeds, and now she hunts instead of hopes. You call it savage. She calls it survival. Before we go deeper, hit subscribe, because what I am about to tell you, most men never figure out until it's too late. She wasn't born this way. She became this way. Every nice guy who promised forever then ghosted her, left a scar. Every player who said the right things but disappeared after the chase taught her the rules of the new game. Now she doesn't fall in love. She studies patterns, she measures effort, she keeps score. Once upon a time, she dreamed of slow mornings and real love. Now she dreams of leverage, because in her mind, vulnerability is suicide. She learned that emotions don't protect her, distance does. That attention isn't affection, it's currency. And the moment she realized she could get more by caring less, she became dangerous. You think she flirts for fun? No. She flirts to test control. You think she ghosts to play games? No. She ghosts to feel powerful. You think she's heartless? No. She's terrified of feeling small again. The savage woman is born the moment she realizes love doesn't reward loyalty. It rewards strategy. She doesn't cry over rejection anymore. She studies it. She rewires her empathy into judgment. And now, every move she makes is calculated. When you meet her, you think it's chemistry, but what you're feeling is control, because she already knows what kind of man you are, and whether she can own you. You think dating is romance. She thinks it's survival. You're looking for connection. She's scanning for leverage, because in today's world, she doesn't need to fall in love to feel validated. All she needs is a dozen unread DMs reminding her that she could. The modern woman doesn't chase security. She curates attention. It's her armor, her proof that she still has power in a world that never stops judging her worth. Every good morning text, every heart reaction, every double tap, it's all part of her energy exchange. Men compete for her time. She rewards scarcity with curiosity and curiosity with silence. That silence isn't confusion, it's strategy. Because when she goes quiet, you start chasing. And when you chase, she regains control. It's not love anymore, it's power theater. Every story she posts, every cryptic quote, every new selfie, it's not random, it's a message, a test. Who's still watching? Who still cares? Who can I still control without saying a word? You see, a man's mistake in the modern world is thinking loyalty makes him safe. It doesn't. It makes him visible, and visibility kills mystery, because mystery is what fuels attraction. And once she figures you out, the thrill dies. The same woman who once begged for your attention now resents how easy it is to get. So she starts manufacturing distance, creating friction, stirring chaos, not because she wants to end it, but because she wants to feel something again. And you're trying to solve the equation logically. You ask what changed, you write paragraphs, you talk about communication, but you don't realize she doesn't want to talk. She wants to feel tension. She's addicted to the drama her pain created. And if you don't bring the storm, she'll create one herself. That's the new battlefield. It's not who loves more, it's who breaks first. If this is hitting too close to home, hit like right now. Because the deeper we go, the uglier the truth gets, and you need to hear all of it. You think she's playing games. She's not. She's testing gravity, testing you. Because every woman deep down, needs to know if your center holds, if your emotions are anchored, or if they scatter the moment she pulls away. See, she doesn't test you when everything's good. She tests you when she feels the bond start to fade. She'll go silent for a day, maybe two, then post something vague, a song lyric, a quote, a photo that makes your chest tighten. You'll feel that jolt, the fear, the confusion. She wants to see what you do with it. Do you panic? Do you text her twice, 3 times? Do you start watching her stories to make sure she's still there? Because if you do, she knows she's got you. You're hooked, predictable, and a woman only respects what she can't control, so she keeps pulling the string, cancels plans, takes hours to reply, mentions another guy, casually, just to see. She doesn't need to win the argument. She needs to feel your reaction, because if your world collapses when she withdraws, she can't trust you to lead when life collapses. It's not about cruelty, it's instinct. In her subconscious, she's not testing your love. She's testing your stability, the same way she'd test a wall before leaning on it. If it shakes, she steps back. That's why when she says, "I need space," and you chase, you fail the test. Because the truth is, she never wanted you to close the gap. She wanted to see if you'd stay grounded while it existed. A man who needs constant reassurance exhausts her, but a man who can sit in silence, who can hold tension without breaking, that's the man who earns her respect. So the next time she goes cold, don't flinch, don't chase, don't explain, breathe, let her drift, because what pulls her back isn't your words, it's your stillness. If you've ever chased a woman who pulled away and watched her lose interest faster, comment, "Never again." Because that's the day you start reclaiming your power. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. She doesn't crave love. She craves control. Love unto her means surrender, and surrender feels like death, because once she gave everything, her softness, her trust, her loyalty, and someone took it, crushed it, left her bleeding while they walked away without looking back. That's when the shift happened. She realized whoever cares less wins. Whoever feels less holds power. And she swore she'd never be powerless again. So now she plays the opposite role, the cold one, the untouchable one, the savage. But don't be fooled. Savage isn't strength. It's fear, wearing armor. Every time she pulls away, she's protecting herself from being abandoned first. Every time she tests you, she's scanning for betrayal. Every time she acts emotionless, she's hiding the fact she feels too much. Her weapon is detachment, because it's easier to walk away first than to be left behind again. But here's the dark irony. The moment she gains power, she loses peace. Because control can't replace connection. And validation can't replace intimacy. She can manipulate the world, but she can't escape her reflection. That's why she cycles through men like stations on a broken radio, searching for a signal that feels real. But every time she gets close, the static of her own fear drowns it out. And so, she pulls away again. Cold, sharp, savage. But here's the twist most men miss. The only time she ever feels safe is around a man who doesn't flinch at her storms. When you stay grounded while she's chaotic, when you don't beg, don't chase, don't break, she starts to see something unfamiliar, calm, leadership, strength that doesn't demand. That's when the power dynamic flips, not through dominance, but through presence. Because the savage doesn't melt for words, she melts for stability. If you're starting to see this pattern in your own story, pause this video and breathe. You're not weak for loving her. You were just never taught how to stand firm in the storm. There's a moment every savage woman faces. It doesn't come right away. It comes in silence, when the chaos fades, when the attention dries up, when the men she chased stop chasing back. That's when regret creeps in. Not regret for losing you, but regret for losing what you represented. Stability, peace, presence. She scrolls through old photos, reads your name in old messages, feels that ache in her chest, not because she loves you now, but because she finally realizes what love was. See, power makes her feel alive, but peace makes her feel seen. And the men she ran toward, they gave her neither. So now, when the nights get quiet, when the world stops validating her, she remembers the man she called too soft, too nice, too boring, and she wonders if maybe he was just steady. She'll try to reach out again, a soft text, a "how have you been?" A memory she suddenly just remembered. But it's not love, it's nostalgia. It's the echo of safety she threw away. And if you're not careful, you'll mistake that echo for affection. You'll think the storm is over, that she finally came back changed. But no, she didn't come back to rebuild. She came back to relieve herself of guilt, to see if you still bleed when she knocks on the door she burned down. Because if you do, she feels powerful again. But if you don't, if you greet her message with calm silence, that's when regret becomes real. Because that's when she realizes you've finally become what she feared most: untouchable, unreachable, unbothered. The man who used to orbit her now stands in his own gravity, and she can't control that. If you've ever had her come back, and this time you didn't reply, comment "silent power." Because that's the moment she learned what losing truly feels like. She didn't come back for love. She came back to see if you were still there. Let your silence tell her you're not. Because the man who can walk away from what once destroyed him becomes the man she'll never truly forget. Not because she loves him, but because he's the one she could never break. Every man faces this test. The moment where love turns into weakness, the moment where you either reclaim your strength or keep bleeding for validation. But once you've seen through the illusion, once you've felt how her savage nature feeds on your need for approval, you stop craving her softness. You crave your peace instead. You stop asking why she left. You start asking why you stayed. Because healing isn't about getting her back, it's about getting you back, the man before the begging, before the overthinking, before you handed your worth to someone who never earned it. And when you stand there, calm and unmoved, not angry, not bitter, just centered, you'll understand something powerful. You never lost her, you just stopped losing yourself. So from this moment forward, don't chase closure, don't chase explanations. Chase the discipline that makes you unfazed by chaos. Because when a man learns to walk alone with peace, every woman who tried to play him ends up haunted by the version of him she can't touch anymore. If you felt this truth in your chest, hit subscribe right now. Because every video here is built to make you stronger, colder, and impossible to replace. This isn't about women. This is about you becoming the kind of man who never needs to explain his worth again.